G'day guys, I'm away on holidays again and I was just going through some old content to see if I could put anything up here that might be of value, and I found the sketch I've done of Olive Oyl, and as you can see I'm just sketching out there in a 2B pencil, and now I'm switching out to my fine liner, and I'm not too concerned about getting every line exactly right, because later on in the painting I'll show you how you can refine all these little areas that get a little wobbly or out of place by showing you a little trick that I do when I start to incorporate the acrylic paints, but we'll delve more into that later on. Now don't get me wrong, when I say easy little exercises, I know for the beginner this might be hard to just sit down and draw Olive Oyl from the screen or your tablet or wherever you've downloaded her image from. But trust me, once you start to master this easier style of art, let's say cartoons and things like that, you will eventually be able to transition to more of a realistic style, like this one I've done of Kylie in pastels. And now to fill in Olive Oyl's face with that fleshy tone, I'm just using a filbert, which is just a flat brush with rounded edges. And for that colour I've got raw sienna, crimson and white. And once I have the initial underglaze painted in, I'll just start to use the white as highlights around her nose, around her lips and other things like that. They will blend in and dull down, so don't feel that you'll overdo it. Once I've given the brush a good clean out, now I'm going to switch out to my detail brush, and here again I'm just adding those white highlights as I was speaking of just then. And now I'm switching back to my good old filbert, and this is where the painting becomes really fun. It's more of just a colouring in exercise now. I've got vermilion red there for Olive Oyl's top, and like I said, it's just a matter of just staying within the lines, and this really does help with your brush skills. Now I've switched back out to my detailed brush. I'm using some carbon black for Olive Oyl's hair, and it's again just a matter of colouring in all those darker areas which you'll see in your reference photo. And here you really do want to be able to just start to really hone your brush skills. And if you're really struggling, you can go back to a fine liner for these parts, but for me, I can't stress enough, just try to stick with the brush. That way you can really, like I said earlier, just hone those brush skills and get those motor neurons, or whatever they are, those motor skills, fine motor skills, honed to a point where once you start to switch out to more realistic artworks, this will be a cinch. And I've just tore a leaf out of my sketch pad, which was an 180 GSM, and I've just cut it down to an A5 size. Now I've got my brush nice and clean again. I've switched back out to my detail brush, and remember I said earlier I was going to show you a couple of little tricks on how you can refine those lines if you get them a little wobbly or out of place. Here I'm just using my fleshy tone again, and I'm just refining all those little lines that were a little wobbly. And this is a really good cheat or a hack that you can incorporate in any of your art if you really want to start to just hone those little lines and other things like that. Now we'll get back into the reference. Here's a reference I just got off the internet, and now it's just one of those great little ones, and I did sign it a little early because I forgot to paint her earrings. So we'll go back to the drawing board, quickly paint in the yellow around Olive Oyl's earrings. Now I hope you got something out of this. Remember, you can practice these all day long. Share me around. Catch you in the next